So now we're going to move on to advanced HVAC and air quality control. So heating, ventilation, air conditioning, air quality control. And yes, in a high performance home, you may open your windows. Yes, you can. You definitely can. Yeah. There's no, in fact, I'm very picky about where you place your windows. I was in a home recently and I was just felt so bad for them because they had no cross ventilation. Yeah. You want fresh air in your home for sure, but it's not always conducive to open your windows because it's too cold out, or occasionally it's too smoky out.
Or it's hot summer. And it's usually hot and smoky at the same time.
Yeah.
Bummer.
And so what do? Okay, I can dive right in here because I love HRVs and ERVs, but we're just going to go with HRV.
This is your diving board.
HRV is where we go in our area. In our neck of the woods, HRV is the answer.
Okay,
it's
wait a second. Back up a second.
What?
We have, ladies and gentlemen, we have just put a balloon around your house.
Right.
We have made an airtight, insulated balloon. That's ideal for the most efficient house. But now we have created a toxic vapor sandwich inside of that balloon, and so now we have to
well,
manage,
not a sandwich, but yes,
manage the air.
Yeah, right. And so
more like a calzone, really.
Yeah, it's more like a calzone.
It's still gross.
It is more like
it's super gross though, because all the stuff we breathe and cook and showers.
It's all inside.
It's what's going to happen with all of that. It's going to fill up that balloon.
So what we have done traditionally is we'll have a bath fan, we'll have maybe a laundry fan, we'll have a big honking fan over the range.
Yeah.
And so that's, taking out more than 400 cubic feet per minute out if you turn that fan on.
Yep.
The bathroom fans are taking out anywhere from 80 to 120 cubic feet per minute right out your roof.
Yep.
So what is that doing? If it's in the cold part of the year, it's taking all the heat with it. It does create airflow in your house. It's going to have to bring it from somewhere, which can be a problem.
That can be a problem. Where's it getting it?
Where's it getting that air from? Because it's sucking it from somewhere. So if you have an airtight house and you've got a traditional bath fan, traditional vent, where's the air coming from? Is it coming from leaks in the floor from the crawl space? Because the crawl space isn't...
Gross.
No,
so
it's
gross.
Not good. It's
What
not
about
good.
the attic?
Is it coming in from the attic?
Ugh.
It could be
heartbreaking.
Yeah. So we don't really want that to happen.
Yeah. Or
we would like to have
the envelope is leaking and it's pulling cold air from the outside.
Yeah, it's pulling cold air through the leaks.
It's got to get air from somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to get air from somewhere. So we would rather, when we can retrofit an old home or build a new home, we would rather put in a heat recovery ventilator. Now that is not a heating system. A lot of people think it's a heating system because it says heat recovery ventilator. The heat, basically it's a box, it's a magic box.
It's black magic.
It's got an out vent and an in vent, and it's got a magic box where the air is in tubes that pass by each other, and the heat is extracted from the outgoing air, and it's used to warm the incoming air.
Wow.
I know, amazing, huh?
Yeah.
And it's a balanced system. You have exactly the same amount of air going out as you have coming into the building. Right. And so you have the same situation where you have a fan in your kitchen, but it's not your traditional oven hood. That's the recirculating vent. You have an outgoing. It draws air out of the kitchen. Yep. It draws air out of the bathrooms, and then it pumps fresh air into your living room and into your bedroom.
But it's preheating. It's
fresh air from the outside. It's not the old air recirculated.
Very
important. They pass by each other, but they don't mix. Yeah. They're in their own tubes. It's to make it simple.
Works, yeah. Duct. You could call it a duct.
Well, they're mini
ducts.
So
the point here is that we're trying to bring fresh air into the building, but we just spent $1 billion heating the building.
Right.
So we sucked all the warm air out. That's a waste of money. And then we brought all this cold air in. How is our house going to ever stay comfortable?
We recover it. Right. We recover the heat.
This is black magic.
Through the crazy little magic box. It's true. It works.
It does.
It works.
Yeah.
And whenever we can, we put in a heat recovery ventilator.
Right.
And so that's to ventilate your house. And it's,
So we're talking about a sealed house, and we're using mechanical devices to control the quality of the air. We want there to be a lot of fresh air. If it's nasty outside, if there are viruses, if there are fires, if there's other toxins, airborne toxins that are outside, which is very common depending on where you live, we would like to be able to filter those so we don't bring them into our house. And so these different devices that Maggie is talking about have filtration also included in them, as well as being super efficient and using the precious energy that we use to heat the air and not losing that, not just pumping it outside without getting as much as we can back from it as the new fresh air that's been filtered from the toxins outside into our house, and thereby keeping a really even, clean, comfortable temperature and air quality, which could be reflected by this monitoring gizmo. You can definitely see it in real time. This device will tell you within seconds when there's a variation in all of these other things.
yeah, so the filters they're going to keep out smoke, they're going to keep out pollens, they're going to keep out particulate matter and volatile chemicals.